The tension inside the Marshals unit is about to explode, because the one man who refuses to trust Kayce Dutton is finally ready to confront him. And if Harry pushes just a little further, the truth about the zone of death could start coming out piece by piece. The question is simple but terrifying for Kayce. How long can he keep his past buried before someone finally connects the dots? Episode 3, titled Road to Nowhere, already sounds like the kind of episode that could completely change the direction of the story. Up until now, Kayce has been trying to build a life where his past with the Dutton family stays behind him. Working with the Marshals was supposed to be his chance to start fresh, focus on justice, and stay far away from the kind of problems that used to follow him in Yellowstone. But after everything that happened in Episode 2, it's becoming clear that escaping that past may not be as easy as he hoped. The biggest reason for that is Harry. From the very beginning, Harry has made it very clear that he doesn't trust the Dutton family. In his mind, nothing connected to them is ever simple, and nothing is ever a coincidence. Every time their name comes up, Harry looks at Kayce like he's trying to solve a puzzle. And now, in the trailer for Episode 3, that suspicion looks like it's turning into something much more serious. The confrontation between Harry and Kayce feels like it's been building slowly since the first episode. Harry isn't the kind of man who lets things go. If something doesn't make sense to him, he keeps digging until he finds an answer. And the more he watches Kayce, the more questions he seems to have. Why does Kayce react so strongly whenever certain topics come up? Why does he avoid talking about parts of his past? And why does it sometimes feel like he knows more about certain situations than he should? That's where the tension in Episode 3 really begins to grow. Because while the Marshals are dealing with a violent situation between Broken Rock and the local ranchers, Harry's attention might be focused somewhere else entirely. The official mission is to track down the shooters responsible for the standoff that turned violent. On the surface, it sounds like a straightforward operation. A conflict breaks out, shots are fired, and the Marshals are sent to hunt down the people responsible. But the problem with small communities is that everyone knows something about everyone else. And when people start talking, secrets have a way of finding their way to the surface. If even one person involved in that conflict knows something about the Dutton family, or about what happened in the past, it could easily reach Harry. And once Harry hears even the smallest clue, there's almost no chance that he'll ignore it. For Kayce, that possibility is incredibly dangerous. He's already carrying the weight of what happened before, especially everything connected to the zone of death. That place isn't just a remote location on the map. It's the one secret that could destroy everything Kayce is trying to build now. If someone ever proved what really happened there, it wouldn't just be a problem for the Dutton family. It would also put Kayce's career, and possibly his freedom, at serious risk. What makes the situation even more complicated is the fact that Kayce is trying to prove that he's changed. He wants to be seen as someone who protects people, someone who follows the law. But the truth is that the instincts he learned while living as a Dutton don't disappear overnight. When danger appears, he reacts quickly. When a problem threatens the people he cares about, he doesn't hesitate to handle it in whatever way he thinks is necessary. And that's exactly the kind of behavior that someone like Harry notices immediately. The more time they spend working together, the harder it becomes for Kayce to hide those instincts. Harry may not know the full story yet, but he's starting to sense that there's something darker hiding beneath the surface. And if the confrontation teased in the trailer really happens the way it looks, Episode 3 could be the moment when those suspicions finally explode into the open. The real danger for Kayce in Episode 3 isn't just the investigation or the violent standoff everyone is talking about. The real danger is pressure. Pressure that keeps building around him from every direction. And the more that pressure grows, the harder it becomes for him to stay calm and keep his past hidden. The Marshals are entering a situation that already feels unstable. The conflict between Broken Rock and the local ranchers isn't just a random fight. It represents years of tension between people who believe the land belongs to them. When a mine groundbreaking suddenly turns violent, it sends a message that things are about to escalate. Someone decided to cross a line, and now the Marshals have to find out who pulled the trigger and why. At first glance, the suspects seem easy to identify. Local ranchers who are angry about the mine project quickly become the center of attention. But situations like this are rarely as simple as they appear. When multiple groups are involved, everyone has their own version of the truth. Some people will talk, some people will lie, and some people will use the chaos to settle old scores. That's where Kayce's situation becomes even more complicated. Because while the Marshals are chasing shooters, Harry is quietly watching something else. He's watching Kayce. Every reaction, every decision, every moment when Kayce seems just a little too tense. The trailer already hints at a moment where Harry directly confronts him, and that moment could be a turning point for the entire story. Harry doesn't seem interested in polite conversations or friendly questions anymore. The way he approaches Kayce feels more direct, almost like he's testing him. Like he wants to see how Kayce reacts when someone pushes him into a corner. And Kayce knows exactly why that's dangerous. He has spent years trying to carry the weight of everything that happened with the Dutton family. The choices he made, the things he did to protect that family, and the secrets that were buried along the way. Those memories never really disappear. They just stay hidden beneath the surface, waiting for the wrong moment to come back. If Harry keeps digging, there is always a chance he could stumble across something connected to the zone of death. And once that topic enters the conversation, everything could change instantly. Because the zone of death isn't just some rumor. It's a place tied to too many unanswered questions. Too many people who disappeared without explanation. That's why Kayce's biggest challenge in episode 3 might not be catching criminals. It might be controlling himself. The trailer shows a version of Kayce that looks more tense than ever before. His body language feels different, like someone who knows a storm is coming, but has no idea how to stop it. And when someone like Harry starts pushing for answers, staying calm becomes almost impossible. What makes this even more interesting is the way the team dynamic could begin to shift. Calvin has always been someone who trusted Kayce. From the start, he believed that Kayce was a good man trying to do the right thing. But when suspicion starts spreading inside a team, it rarely stays contained. Even a small doubt can slowly change the way people look at each other. If Harry continues to question Kayce openly, Calvin might eventually start asking questions of his own. And that could create a situation Kayce has been trying to avoid since the very beginning. Because losing the trust of the people who work beside him would be just as damaging as any investigation. At the same time, the episode may also show how close Kayce is to reaching his breaking point. He's trying to live a different life now, but every new problem seems to drag him back toward the same darkness he's been trying to escape. The more dangerous the mission becomes, the more likely it is that Kayce will fall back on the instincts that once defined him. And if that happens while Harry is watching closely, it could confirm every suspicion he already has. That's why episode 3 feels so important for the future of the show. It's not just about the manhunt or the violent standoff. It's about trust, secrets, and the moment when those secrets finally start to crack under pressure. Because once someone like Harry starts asking the right questions, the truth has a way of getting closer, one step at a time. And for Kayce Dutton, the road ahead might truly be leading exactly where the episode title suggests, to nowhere.